Welcome back. We got the one and only Chip G on the podcast. Today he's going to share how he makes $40K a month gross profit on FBA. Let's go. Living that life, living in Chiang Mai right now. We connected because we have a lot of mutual friends in Chiang Mai. And yeah, he's crushing it on FBA. Got started about 4 years ago in 2016. Was kind of doing it part-time, and then 2 years ago he brought on his wife, got her to quit her corporate job. They went all in on FBA and they scaled from like 10K to 40K a month real quick, and so he's crushing it. So he's here to share his tips, tricks, hacks, and kind of how he did that. Chip, what's up?
What's up? It's such a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Yeah. So we connected through the Chiang Mai Amazon sellers group. So let's just dive into it. Like you said, you got into FBA like 4 years ago ish, and then you scaled it up 2 years ago. How did you scale it up like that?
So when I first started in 2016, basically I was just looking for ways to make money online, just doing the corporate job and kind of like everybody was doing it. And I started looking for resources online, and I found a couple of people doing it. And even some of your old videos from Chiang Mai from like way back in the day, you were doing crazy cliff jumps and all these things. And I was like, that's really, really cool. Like, how are all these people doing it? Like, how are they going to Southeast Asia and traveling and all that? And I found Amazon FBA, so found a bunch of free resources online like YouTube videos, other blog posts, people talking and resources. And I started selling. I bought a product, and I had some limited success. It was just, I felt like it was kind of random information here and there, and it was good information. It was just not all in the same place, and I feel like it was not enough. Like, everybody was giving out free information, but it was like the finer points and everything to actual get success. It was not out there. It was not out there for free. So about 2 years ago, I finally convinced my wife, and she was doing her corporate job as well. I was still doing mine as well at the time. And I said, do you want to do this Amazon thing? I think it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of good, it can give us freedom. It can give us everything that we want. And she was a little bit, she didn't really want it to do it in the beginning because she was doing really well at her job. She had a great career, and she was making really good money. And basically, I said, why don't you try and do it little by little? Since I tried the 4-hour work week method of kind of creeping up, staying at home little by little. I know you're a fan of that book as well.
Yeah, what can you say?
Yeah, so I said, why don't you tell your boss that you stay home on Friday, and then you can help me out with some of this FBA stuff, kind of get her into it a little bit. And she was, in the beginning, she said, no, I want to go to the office. I want to talk to my friends. I'm used to my colleagues and doing my thing over there. If I stay home, I'm not going to do so well, But eventually she realized that staying home and kind of working on your own thing, on your own business is actually better, and you're even more productive than you would be. I feel like a lot of people say this to us and say, hey, no, if I would be at home and do what you guys do, I would do nothing. I would just sit at home and watch TV all day. And that's not true. I'm sure you feel the same way. So that's kind of how it all started. I said, hey, we should do this. And she liked it. She went into it, and she was just asking me questions like, okay, how do we do this shipping? How can we make this more efficient? How can we increase our sales? And I just realized I didn't have a lot of answers for her. So eventually I said, why don't we get somebody to help us, like find, a course or find something online. And we started looking at a couple of paid courses, like full systems, full information, from beginning to end. And we bought a couple, some cheaper ones, some more expensive ones. And that's when it actually started scaling and when it actually started working. So I think what was the big turning point for us was we sold our house and we made some money on that. We had a house. We lived in Miami, and the housing market went up, and we sold our house. We had some extra money to invest in with our extra knowledge from professional courses. Then we started bringing in a lot more products, and that when it started scaling really, really well.
Got it. Yeah, there you go. So obviously, more products equals more money.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Like how much money did you put in? Did you like launch a bunch of products at once, or were you spending, like, did you go on a product spending spree and spend like $50K on like a bunch of different products and like launch those all in 1 year, or kind of how did it go?
So our first product was a mild success. For us, making extra 10K a year was actually pretty cool at the time. 10K is a lot of money to have extra for, but it was a lot of work to put into it. So calculating the amount of work versus how much money we're making was not really worth it, but it was more for understanding for us. But our second product, we went pretty heavy on it, and we invested about 30K into it. And I was still kind of doing it alone. She was still learning. She was still, she was not very experienced at the time. So we invested in a market which we thought has, well, not that we thought, it actually had a lot more sales, which was in kids' toys on Amazon. And that's a big market, lots of sales. We were getting ready for the holidays, big Q4 sales craziness, and we had really high hopes for it. And that actually didn't work out, that product. We invested a lot of money in getting a lot of inventory. The product was also kind of expensive, but what ended up happening is a lot of other people invested into it, and the competition became so fierce that they drove down the prices. So our first product was a mild success, but our second product was a disaster, basically. We had to drop it, and we lost a bunch of money on it. And so was our third, actually. So our third product was an outdoor product for like camping and stuff. And the same situation happened. We went into it and we said, yeah, there's a lot of sales on here. There's room for us to grow and everything. And all of a sudden the prices dropped from 30-ish, 40-ish. They dropped to like 16, and 16 was the price I was paying the factory for them. So that didn't work out well.
Losing money, yeah.
Yeah. So basically our fourth product was the one that my wife Christina brought out, and that was the one where she followed an exact system, like beginning to end. And she said, okay, I'm gonna do this. We paid for this course, it was pretty expensive, and okay, let's do it exactly the way they say it, step by step. Find the product exactly the way they say it, promote it the way they say it. So that's when we had our first big success, and then we just started bringing in products little by little after that. But our total investment in my first product was not very big. I feel it was like 5,000, around there, and for the rest of the products about 30,000. And I guess there's other miscellaneous costs which you don't really factor in, like when you transfer money into your company bank account and okay, I invested 30K and that 30K is there, but there's other costs that go into it, but they're minor. So mostly I would say if you can get started with about 2,000-3,000, you can do good. Just don't expect to make a lot of money like in the beginning. Like your first year is going to be a lot of learning.
Yeah, it's like any business, the more startup capital you have, the quicker you can scale, and the more you can do things. So for your like second, third, fourth product, you invested like 30K total?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
and what was with your wife's kind of product idea? What was the kind of key to success for that product? and what type of promotion thing did you do?
So I think the key to success to the product that she found, it was kind of an obscure niche. It was not a super popular one. Like when I first thought of the kids' toys, I said, everybody's buying kids' toys, and I saw sales in the thousands. I said, you can make a lot of money there. And the same was with the outdoor products, like these camping products for people who like hike and camp and you have a lot of sales. So if you go into these niches, there are a lot of sales there, but you have to be really experienced and you got to go in with a lot of money. Like you have to be really heavy on advertising to compete against those people.
Yeah.
So I feel like the success of the products that we had is just going into a not so competitive niche. That's one thing. Just kind of, if you're in the beginning, and I say, we've been doing Amazon for a good couple of years, but I still feel like I'm a beginner. Like I went to conferences and I met people, I'm sure people who have over 1,000 employees in their business. Like how am I going to compete with those guys? So just staying into a niche kind of relative to your experience level and how much money you have for marketing and advertising. And also finding a product that has very good profit margins. Like having high profit margins was, I feel like, the key to success. Having 30 to 40, maybe even close to 50% profit margins is what helped a lot in finding this. So finding and doing a lot more due diligence when deciding on a product, making sure that the actual numbers that you look at, like your shipping numbers and your Amazon fees and everything else, if you just think like, oh yeah, it's going to be about $2-3 there, $1 here, $1 there, it's almost not quite like that. So calculating exact numbers and making sure you have good profit margins is really, really the key to success. And as far as advertising, what we did is we used Amazon PPC. So we started with some automatic campaigns, nothing really crazy. And we also used Facebook ads. So we used Facebook offer ads. They're really, really good because Facebook has this system where you show an offer to somebody and then they say they can either buy it on the spot or they can say save this offer for later. So if they save it for later, then they get an email from Facebook that says, hey, this offer is about to expire. Make sure you take advantage of it. So besides them seeing it, you have a chance to make the sale right away when they actually see your offer ad. And then if somebody just saves it, then you have a second chance because actually Facebook will send them an email and say, hey, don't let this expire. So that worked really well. Amazon really likes external traffic, especially from these super high ranking websites like Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So yeah, that Facebook ads worked out very well.
Interesting. And so you're driving traffic from the offer to your Amazon listing?
Yes.
Directly to the listing, yeah?
Yes.
Was there any landing page in between that like further qualified them or captured their email or anything?
No. So this is something that I actually debated upon, and I always said, if I'm spending money for Facebook advertising, I would really like to capture their email, or like you said, pre-screen them so I don't have like a whole bunch of people going and them not buying. But I heard from some other experts at conferences, and they said that it makes a difference if your link goes straight from Facebook to Amazon versus it goes from Facebook to a landing page and then landing page to Amazon. Because Amazon ranks you different based on what they consider of the strength, I would say, the strength of that particular website. So Facebook is ranked 1 or 2 in the Amazon criteria versus, let's say you have your own website and your domain ranking is 100 million versus 2. It does make a difference apparently. So if we're trying to have people sign up, like if we're trying to get, people to sign up for our newsletters or our offers and things like that, then we run a different type of ad where we actually target people and we say, hey, we'll give you a free ebook or get some information and something like that, where we send them to a landing page where we would capture their email and then have like an automated sequence. But if we're trying to drive traffic, sales, and ranking, then we'll send them Facebook straight to Amazon.
Interesting. And did you do this straight to the Amazon offer ad just during launch period, like just when the listing was new, or?
Usually, yes. So definitely when we launch, our launch strategy is more about, first we would want to get 5 reviews, and we do that either through early reviewer program or just running some Amazon automatic PPC campaigns and just having, some sales and then requesting through Amazon. The Amazon system has that request review, which actually works pretty well.
Okay. Yeah, I actually haven't even tried that. That's a new thing.
I'm getting a lot more reviews through the Amazon request review button than through what we used to have before. We used to have these email sequences that Amazon doesn't allow anymore. We got an email one day and they said, you lost your emailing privileges for a month because you're emailing people.
Same here.
So, yeah. So stop that. So
and then I got another email that said, you're done forever. No more follow-up. We got like a warning email. It said you're paused for a month, and then I fixed it. I thought I changed, took out what they wanted me to change, activated campaigns again after a month, and then they sent us another email that says, no more. You're banned basically from all follow-up emails.
Wow.
So but the request review thing, I got to get into that. So do you do it manually, or do you use like your Jungle Scout thing, or?
Yeah, I use the Jungle Scout web extension. It's just free with the Jungle Scout web extension. It works really well. You just basically select like 100. When you go into your orders, you make it show you 100 orders at a time, and you just request reviews for that page, and then you do however many pages you have. And then I just usually delay it for like 2 weeks because, we've been having long delays in, shipping. So I want to make sure that the people get their product and they have a couple, like 2-3 days to look at it and kind of, mess with it. So I do it like for 2 weeks back, 1 day at a time.
Got it. Okay. So have you found like around the 2 to 3 day mark after delivery is like the best time to request a review, or it depends which product, too sometimes, but what have you found with that?
Yeah, I think about 2-3 days after they get it is when ideally you would want all of that. You want to request the reviews. It's a little more difficult now with, the pandemic going on now. Amazon doesn't have a set delivery schedule. So I have some of my orders getting delivered in a couple of days, some of them in a week, some of them even much longer than that. But 2-3 days after delivery is, I think, what works very, very well for us. It's enough time for the people to open the package and look at it. And it's also not too long, so they forget about it. They're like, what the hell? I forgot I even bought that thing.
Yeah, I have the same feeling as well. And also when someone just gets something, they're first using it, that's when they're most excited about it. Like when they're actually playing with it, for example, whatever. Okay, cool. Good to know. Email drip sequences, or Amazon sounds like they're cracking down on that. They don't really want to spam people with too many emails now. Sounds like that's going away as they implemented this new request review button. So, cool. And then, are you running any ongoing traffic through Facebook or elsewhere?
Yeah, we have our own website. So I built a website, just a simple WordPress website, and we have some people visiting it. So there's some traffic going from the website there. we don't actually sell on it, but we do have a products page with different product information, and we have some instructions on there for the different products, and the buy buttons are just links to Amazon. So we drive some traffic from there. Then we run automatic PPC campaigns just to get an idea of keyword changes and different whatever changes in the market and everything. So the automatic campaign is more for kind of gauging traffic than actually sending traffic. Like, we get traffic, but it's more for understanding what people are searching for, if trends are changing, what's more interesting at the time. And then we always run manual PPC campaign for a couple of keywords. We just run it. I think we have 5 or 6 keywords that we target, and we don't have a lot of those there. And we still drive some Facebook ads, traffic from Facebook posts directly, and then we just boost the posts. And we also do sometimes we do campaigns, but it's not a constant thing. So the offer campaigns, we only do them if we want to rank higher for a specific keyword, or if for whatever reason we're not, we have a competitor that's coming and taking our spot on a keyword or something like that. So
interesting. So how would do you use a super URL to send the traffic from the offer ad to the Amazon listing?
Yeah, so super URLs are another thing that you have to be careful on how to use them, because Amazon doesn't like those as much as well. They're targeting them. So what we use is we use a storefront URL. So we go to our storefront and we put the keyword that we're targeting in the search bar, but it's not in the main Amazon search bar. It's in our storefront search bar. So it is in a way a super URL, but it's not in the traditional way that what used to be
a store
before.
Super URL. And then it takes people to the Amazon store product page.
Correct.
So, okay, that's great, because they can still click off of that. So it's kind of a quasi landing page.
Yes.
So they have to click add to cart, or can they click add to cart on there, or do they have to click see listing?
Yes. No, there's add to cart.
There's an add to cart, but it doesn't contribute.
Sure.
Maybe it does or maybe it doesn't. Do you know if it contributes to the actual listing conversion rate?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, because it's an Amazon page. It's your storefront Amazon page, and it's a keyword targeted storefront Amazon page. So you can search, like, you have your storefront page where you have your products, and then inside your store you can search for a specific product. So when we enter that search, and then we just grab the URL of whatever that search results in, and that's what we put if we want to target a particular keyword.
Interesting. And then okay. Because I know there's another form of storefront URL where it's like a tracked link. You know what I'm saying? Where you can track incoming traffic, and there's a little dashboard in there in your store area, and you can track sales. Amazon kind of set this up for driving social media traffic, like their own custom URLs.
Are you talking about the promotion link, the promo link?
Yes, I think so.
Right.
Because I remember I tried this once. I tried driving Facebook ads to that promo link that I set up that drives traffic to my store, and Amazon gives you the stats on it, sales, visits, etc., clicks. And I drove a bunch of traffic to it, and those numbers, it was getting like 600 views and like 1 sale. So I was like, this can't be tracking correctly. So is that what you're doing? Are you using that trackable link, or just the copy paste with the search in it?
No, we're just grabbing the URL from the top bar. So we just literally go to, when you click on your brand name, you goes to your store, and then inside there's a search bar, and you just put in the keyword that you want to target in the search bar, and then it searches only amongst your products for that keyword. and whatever the URL at the top of the page is, that's what we use to target. And the one that you're talking about, the promotional social media promotional URL, where you would have to give them some kind of % off, and that's really good because it's already added, like the promotion is baked in. You don't have to mess around with coupons or something like that, and it also tracks well. But what Amazon did lately is they introduced Amazon attributions. I'm sure you're familiar with it if you're brand registered. So if you have a brand registry on your account, then you can use Amazon attributions to track everything that promotional URL would show you. You can track all kinds of other traffic from any kind of sales, including just people coming in and buying straight off of Amazon. So you get a lot of those details through Amazon attributions.
Amazon attributions. Have not looked into it yet. Gotta look into that. I'll be honest, I'm focused on outside marketing now, and Parker's kind of running the Amazon ship. So I'm focused on building our brand off of Amazon over like the past year or so. Okay. Awesome tips. And for the Facebook post that you boost occasionally, is the goal of that, is that just like really helpful content in your niche where you capture their email and then offer them the product later in the emails, or?
Yeah, usually what we do is we have a blog on our company page. So we would create an interesting blog post about, some helpful information in our niche, and then we would post it on Facebook and just boost that post. So when people would come, we always sprinkle in URLs like buy keys, like, hey, if you want to use this, then, this product would be very useful. And then you would have URLs inside, the post itself. So that also brings people to, we don't like putting in like capturing their email between the Facebook post and they landing on our website. We prefer if we say, hey, read this interesting article, to just let them go to the article. And then there's like subscribe fields, like pop-ups and other things that might capture their email. But I find that you get a much higher bounce rate if you do have a landing page in between and you try to grab their email as well. And people are becoming more wise to that, and they don't really appreciate that as much.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty consensus. Like, if you're driving traffic to a blog post, like, let them read it first, and then at the end have a very clear call to action, or have that pop up on exit with a nice email opt-in offer. What's been your go-to offer for them to give their email?
Really, we use Facebook also had, so we started with the Facebook system. Facebook has an integration where we would offer them something, and we would do it through sending them a welcome email. So we would say, hey, would you like this free ebook about this or this information, or whatever we would give them. So Facebook has that. And it's kind of expensive. I think it's one of the more expensive ways to advertise on Facebook.
Is it Facebook lead forms?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what it's called. So we integrate it into our email marketing software. So it just from Facebook goes straight into it. And then, the people would pop the beautiful thing about that is that Facebook already has their email address. So if they say, yeah, I'm interested in this information, their email is already populated on their screen. They just have to push the button that says, yes, send it to me. So then you would just have an automatic sequence in your email marketing system that would send them the information as a welcome email and say, hey, thank you for your interest. Here's the information that we promised. As far as capturing on the website, we have a on exit pop-up, just like you said, where if they go over the bar with their cursor, for desktop it works well. And then we also have at the bottom of the page, we just have a subscribe, and we just promise get exclusive discounts or promos or even free products. If you are interested, we can send you, promotions, and we do send them from time to time, discounts and promos for everybody when we're trying, to drive up some sales, and the customers really like them.
What do you how do you handle the free products? Like, do you do giveaways, you mean, or you send out like free coupons?
Yeah, we do multi-channel fulfillment. I just say, hey, you want a product, and then I just ask for their mailing address, and I just send them the product from Amazon. I just create a fulfillment order for them.
Yeah, so you just ship them a free item. Like, do you pick random people and just like, if they send you an email about a question or something, that you'll just say, hey, have a free product or something, or how do you handle that?
We had different things that we tried. We tried, having an Instagram giveaway. We have a hashtag that we use in our insert. We have inserts in our products, and we say, hey, are you proud of your item? Post it on Instagram with this hashtag, and you will get featured on our Instagram page. And then out of that, we just use a random generator to select the winner, and then we would contact them and say, hey, you're the winner, etc. Let us know where you want us to send your free product.
Nice. Yeah, we're doing that on our Instagram page as well. We are basically doing a giveaway every 2 weeks. We're just posting. It's a post that says, hey, giveaway, and how you enter is you got to tag 2 friends and share this post on your story. And then we have a VA managing it, and she picks a winner every 2 weeks, sends them free product. Okay.
Very cool.
So yeah,
how do you guys manage free products?
What's that?
How do you guys manage sending them free products?
All manual fulfillment through FBA. It's all in FBA now, but we're actually gonna have a 3PL warehouse set up in the next coming months to fulfill the orders that are coming through Shopify, because we're doing Facebook ads straight to our Shopify store now to try to build the business off of Amazon for our most popular products, and so trying to get the shipping costs down on those. So so yeah, my VA, she just goes in and as of right now just does a manual fulfillment order and ships them free product. Okay, but cool. But yeah, so for the Facebook boost, it's classic building your email list, so that's good. You're building your email list off of Amazon, obviously, even though you're still driving all the sales to Amazon, which is it definitely probably helps that ranking stay up for sure, because Amazon does like that outside traffic. I actually just saw the A9 algorithm, a little pie chart recently, and it says like 25% of the algorithm is based off outside traffic. And so so I was like, wow, is that true? Holy shit, I gotta drive some more outside traffic then. And the other thing I was thinking is, like, how is there a way potentially to capture their email with a Facebook ad and then still drive traffic to your Amazon store directly through Facebook? And that lead form might be one way, because we were actually doing Facebook lead form ads. It was like a little survey about the product, and then they put in their email, and then you can choose any landing page straight from there. Like, they don't leave Facebook. So I'm wondering if you could capture their email right there in Facebook, and then after that form, drive them directly to the Amazon store, so you still get that direct Facebook connection, and then also they get an email drip. So just wondering that. Also, the other way to do it would be capture their email in ManyChat, and then from ManyChat give them the link to the storefront. It's not coming from a Facebook URL per se, it's coming from a ManyChat URL, so maybe not as high domain authority there, but that's kind of the other big way people do it. Speaking of ManyChat, do you do product inserts, and do you capture their email via product insert?
Yes, Yes, we do. We do not do it through ManyChat though, because of the changes that they made. I think it was January or February this year, where you're not allowed to communicate with people except for some particular reasons. So ManyChat has become a little bit more difficult. Like, you can send messages to people, but now you have to pay on top of your ManyChat subscription. You have to pay like per item to send them, or unless there's like a particular exception. So we went away from ManyChat. Really, we kind of tried it out a little bit, and it just didn't work out very well for us. We were kind of late to the party. It was working amazing for a while there, and then they changed it, and we gave up on it. So the way we do it is, in our insert, we have two QR codes. One is an instructions QR code, where basically it goes to our website /instructions, and it's not product specific because that's kind of a pain to manage. So then there's a landing page that I created, and that page says select your product, and there's nice pictures on there, and they click on it, and they have detailed instructions on how to use the product with pictures. And we just hired somebody on Fiverr to make some nice colored instructions for us. And at the bottom, we also offer a free something. You can offer a free ebook or some free information or something like that. So that's one way to kind of capture emails and build your email list. And the second QR code that we have on our insert is for warranty. So it's the same, just it says register your warranty to get your 1 year warranty. So they go on there, they scan the QR code, they go to our website, and it's a similar page with all of the products listed and says select your product. And after they select their product, they go just to a form where they fill out their name, their email address, and that goes straight into our email marketing software. And basically they're just tagged with a group tag where it says they signed up for this product, or whatever the tag is. They signed up through the instructions form, or they requested a free ebook or whatnot. So it's all one big audience, but each audience is just grouped a little bit.
Yeah.
Depending on how they got there.
With tags. Nice. Yeah, yes. I do the same thing. Previously, I was doing two QR codes. One to register your warranty and get the instructions. So kind of combine that. Scan this big card. Don't forget, huge letters, don't forget to scan this and register your warranty. Big arrow pointing towards the QR code. And also get tips and instructions. So kind of combine it into one. And then that takes them to ManyChat, which captures their email, which adds it to our MailChimp. And basically what you have to summarize the MailChimp changes, you can't do drip messages now in ManyChat, but you can do it through email through ManyChat. So you just have to have them opt in through email in ManyChat. Then you just change those drip messages to email format, and it's sent through ManyChat. Right. There's that, and then you can also have them opt in now for a one-time notification for any time in the future now, which maybe it could be for a sale, it could be when something's back in stock, it could be anyway. So I've been playing with that recently, but yeah, basically same thing. And our other QR code was to claim your gift. Scan here to claim your gift, and that would take them to another ManyChat flow, which would give their email to receive a $5 off coupon for our website, Shopify store. What I'm testing now with our next inventory batch is just one QR code. Register your warranty, also get tips, instructions, and a free gift. So, same basic stuff. Yeah. Basic stuff to build your email list. Our conversion rate, our scan rate has been about 3 to 5%. What about you? Have you looked into that?
Yeah, it's not very high. Well, I mean, if you consider, I don't know what a high or a low one is, because sometimes you say, 3 to 5%, But in the world of email marketing, 3 to 5% can mean a little, or it can mean quite a lot. But I haven't. We've went through the QR system just recently, so we don't have enough data to run analysis on all of that. And I wanted to ask you, do you find to have a higher conversion rate using ManyChat versus if they just go to a landing page?
Haven't tested the landing page yet, but the email opt-in rate is high 90s% as far as viewers to the email thing, because in ManyChat their email is already there. They don't have to type, they just have to tap. So it's a form of a landing page. I like that. I'm also a ManyChat nerd. Like I like playing around with it. For better or for worse, it can suck a lot of my time sometimes, because it's like I'm like a nerd playing with like toy blocks, you know, trying to build this fun little machine. So yeah, that's what we got going now. But yeah, it's like it's above 90% the people that get to the landing page that put in their email. And then all you have to do to send them email drips is you have to put a little disclaimer on there that says this confirms opt-in to our email list. And as long as that's there, you set the action after they do that as email opt-in. And then you're eligible to send them unlimited email messages, I call them. Email messages through ManyChat, unlimited through email, through ManyChat.
Okay.
And also through your MailChimp as well, if that makes sense. Yeah. But and then also you can send them an additional message. Let's say, for example, the way I set it up is after they scan and get their warranty, get their gift, little instructional videos there they can click to watch it on our website. They get one more message 23 hours later. So you're allowed to send messages within 24 hours.
Up to 24.
It says, hey, just a kind 24-hour check-in about your product. Is everything going good? And then there's a couple different automatic replies. They can reply, yes, everything good. 2, loving it already. And then 3, get help. If they click on loving it already, then it auto replies. It says, something like, awesome, glad to hear that you're loving it already. What do you love about it? What are you liking about it so far? Would love to hear your feedback. And then they reply. And ideally, we have a VA doing custom replies to those, saying, oh, glad you like this specific thing, chatting with them a little bit, especially if they can get them on there live. And then making sure they're really happy. And then the VA sends a review link. Say, hey, actually, would you mind posting this on Amazon? So that's what I've found over the years is one of the best ways. I don't have hard numbers, but one of the best ways I feel to get reviews is we've been doing this in our email sequence too. It's just an open-ended question. It says, hey, how's everything going? And if they reply something really great, like, oh, it's great, love this, and then our customer service person replies to that email, awesome, that's great, hey, would you mind pasting this as a review, instead of just like putting a button in there to, hey, click a review. Anyway, that's the way I have it set up now. Right now it actually is automated. If they reply to the how'd you like it, it sends another automated message that says, awesome, would you be down to paste that as an Amazon review? They can click sure or maybe later. If they click sure, then it says, okay, great, click this link. Kind of warms them up to totally go post that review. And then if they click out of the gate, things are good, that says, okay, great, glad things are good. If you tap below, I can send you a satisfaction request or something in 2 weeks. Can we do that? And then they click, okay, notify me, and then it will send them a satisfaction request set up as the one-time notification in ManyChat for 2 weeks later. So, and then if they click get help, then It says, how can I help you? And notifies the VA to respond to their question. Anyway, that's what I got going now, ManyChat wise.
Yeah, I feel like I've been slipping a little bit on ManyChat.
Sorry, also in it sends, ManyChat has a Shopify plugin now where it can automatically send a unique coupon. So they also get a $5 coupon in there automatically. You can integrate with Shopify with that. Anyway, yeah. Off to you. What you're gonna say?
I feel like I haven't been taking advantage of it as much as I should have of ManyChats. We should definitely look into it a little bit more. I don't know, when that whole thing happened, the beginning of the year, everybody was like, oh, ManyChat doesn't work anymore. So I wasn't big into it for the beginning, so I just kind of left it alone. So
yeah,
I should definitely look into it.
Yeah, I went with it, pretty early on, like a few years ago, and whatever. I'm just sticking with it. As a business and as all life, there's no one way to go. It's just, kind of whatever you're doing. But yeah, the other thing that I guess is a side benefit is it makes it easy for customers just to message you and get in contact with you. They just, open their Messenger app and reply to you anytime. So it's good customer service, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have any resource that you recommend for people who are not so advanced into ManyChat like yourself? Yes. Did you take a course on it? How did you learn all this stuff?
Honestly, I just learned through inside of ManyChat. They kind of just explain, hey, here's the updates, here's what you should do. It's fairly simple. You take your day 7, your day 14, your day 30, follow-up message, and you just change that message to an email message. So it goes to their email address. At the bottom it says from ManyChat. It's not from your MailChimp, but ManyChat themselves sends a message to the customer just to their email inbox instead of their Messenger app. And in addition to that, you capture their email at the beginning. If you have MailChimp, it's automatically connected to MailChimp or any provider through Zapier. You can add them to a list with a tag to your email provider, and then send them whatever drip you want as well. But that was basically the main update. You just change the messages to email messages. But video. I was gonna make it last week, but I'm gonna make my own tutorial for my new Amazon course. My 2020 course. Been meaning to do my ManyChat video. So link in the description, guys, for that. I'll do a whole video breaking down everything I just talked about.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right. Shit. That was good. Any other thing that we didn't cover that you want to talk about? Let me think.
Yeah. I think what really helped us out, another strategy to rank on Amazon specifically, that made a huge difference, and we still notice a huge difference in it, is enhanced brand content. So this is something really strange that I noticed. So we had a product, our first product that we had for a long time, and it was doing okay, but not amazing in its niche. We definitely had people who were selling a similar product, even more expensive, and they were selling it much better than we were. So this is not, it's one of those products which all of them are like super similar, where you cannot make them very different. You cannot make them different colors. You cannot make much difference in the product. So most of the products are the same. So for some reason I was looking and I was thinking, why are we not ranking very well? And we did have enhanced brand content on the product. But what we did is we actually updated it. So we went on Fiverr and we just hired somebody to give us a new template of enhanced brand content. And when we replaced it, we actually got a huge ranking bump just for replacing the existing enhanced brand content with new enhanced brand content. And we noticed that with the pictures as well. I had really good pictures of a product, professionally done pictures, pretty good. And I changed them with what I think are a little bit better pictures. But the first ones were not terrible to begin with. We changed them from maybe really good ones to excellent ones. And again, we got a big ranking bump. So I don't know what that was, but enhanced brand content and making some changes to the listing, like whenever we were looking to increase ranking, we were always thinking, maybe let's do some advertising, let's target this keyword, maybe let's run a promotion, let's lower the price, maybe do something else. But we never thought about changing the actual content of the listing, even changing some of the bullet points. Like there's people who create listings on Fiverr, professional writers that can say, hey, just changing a couple of keywords here and there made a huge difference in ranking. So
interesting. That reminds me, that makes me think of they just set up A/B split testing within Amazon for A+ content.
Right, yeah.
So
yes.
So I mean that leads me to think that the ranking was increased because the conversion rate was increased. Did you see any data on increased conversion rate with the new content?
I haven't actually I haven't looked at that exactly what caused it, but why I don't think that that's exactly what happened is because the bump happened too fast. So if the conversion rate would increase, you would expect to see at least a couple of days or maybe a week delay between the content going live and the sales coming up. But as soon as the content was approved, because you submit the EBC, enhanced brand content, and then it says we're going to review it and approve it. So as soon as it was approved, literally the next day we saw a lot of sales increase. So with enhanced brand content, you also add some words, some keywords that describe the pictures from the enhanced brand content. So I think something there happened that triggered us to be ranked a little bit better with those keywords for it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, very interesting. Oh yeah, and then are you tracking your ranking through Jungle Scout Tracker or?
No, we're actually using we're tracking the ranking through our analysis tool. We're using Sellerboard, so they have ranking tracker as well. It's just for us has been the best one that would show the numbers the most correctly. I don't think any of these software are 100%, 100% correct. But the Amazon reporting system, I don't understand how Amazon is such a complex company that hires thousands of engineers. Why can they not make some parts of Seller Central work better? Why are all these companies that are coming out, they have 5 software engineers and they make a better product than Amazon's seller team? Why? How?
Oh, tell me about it, man. Some parts of it are so on the listings, when you add photos, you still can't drag the order of the goddamn photos. So if you want to change the order, you have to delete them all and re-upload them all in the order that you want. How retarded is that? I mean, come on, people. Update your goddamn listing thing. Yeah. Okay. I got that vent out of the way. Okay. So, I think moral of the story with that is get the best images possible. Get amazing images, because that's your property. That's like building your house with super luxury material, or just all right material. That's going to increase the value of that home the long term, by a lot. Increase that conversion rate by 1%. That's let's say 1 extra sale per day. Boom, $100. $300 a month. Boom, you're making an extra $5,000 a year. $300 a month. You're actually making an extra $360 a year. So that's what I tell clients when I get them for copywriting or PPC, because Parker and I, we started our Amazon marketing agency a couple of years ago, just kind of by just like popular demand, you know, doing the Amazon PPC ads, doing the copywriting, and then yeah, as I mentioned, I started off just doing a travel vlog, and then the most common question I got was, okay, how are you doing this? So made my Amazon course in 2016, and then when Corona hit, I was like, all right, I need to update this course, help people do it, help people get in, because I don't know about you, but I always get friends that are messaging me about FBA, like people that I know, like friends from like my hometown. How do I do this Amazon thing? How do I create a product? Do you get that from people that you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Even before we moved to Thailand, we actually had two of our good friends that, you know, they said, hey, you know, you guys quit your jobs and you're doing good. And they saw that, you know, we were happier, we're better, you know, we're better financially, we're better mentally, you know, we're not tired all the time. And they said, you know, we want to get into this. So we kind of coached them through, you know, going through the process and kind of getting their first product and doing everything like that. And yeah, that basically seeing how, you know, helping them, and people always asking us like, hey, that happens to us as well. You know, how do you guys do this? We actually created a course as well. So we started on that and just teaching, you know, how to go through Amazon and just kind of everything we learned along the way. But I never thought of that. I always thought when I started looking into Amazon and I saw a lot of people putting information, yourself included, and a couple of other people, and the Jungle Scout people had their YouTube channel where they're putting so much free information out there. And I always thought, like, why do they do it? Like, what, you know, the ad revenue is not that great on YouTube. Like, why do they even bother, like, teaching people? And now I get it. Like, I totally get it. I like it. I do it because I like it. Yeah. So there's no, like, financially, teaching people and creating a course and all of that so far has made no sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you don't make a lot of money. You're much better off selling products on Amazon than trying to do anything like that. But I feel like you get to that point, like I finally get it now, that you enjoy helping other people and you enjoy, you know, teaching other people to do it.
I was kind of backed into this whole, you know, being an Amazon expert just through my travel vlog, you know, just following my passion in the first place, which is why we create passive income, so you can have free time to focus on pursuing your dreams. And me, as being a digital nomad, traveling the world, making videos. And then, but as an entrepreneur, I had to listen to my audience. That's the number one question they're asking me is, how do I, you know, obviously make money online? Because obviously that's how you can be free, you know, travel the world. So I was kind of backed into making my Amazon course. And then, like never really updated it. It was kind of just on my website, never really promoted it. Got like a sale here and there. Until it was 2020 was coming around. I was like, all right, I got to update it for 2020. It's been too long. So starting to update it. And then, when Corona hit, I started getting even more messages like, okay, now I need to make money online. No more waiting, and got to do this now. Create multiple streams of income. So me and actually someone who I'm partnering up with, we kind of reframed it into a 90-day challenge. And so 90-day FBA is like our new thing. Mm-hmm. Kind of restructuring the course into just like a 90-day kind of accelerator program. So anyway, I'm doubling down, getting more into the educational business. You know, it makes me this much money. My Amazon business makes me this much money. But as every entrepreneur, you know, you got to diversify your income. You know, it's all about having that multiple streams of income. So that's one reason. And the other reason is, you know, if I I would, ignore all these questions that I'm getting, all these people that come to me to ask about Amazon, to just ignore that and like not put out, to not coach people and help people, would kind of be doing them a disservice. And then number 3, I actually like teaching and explaining. As you can see, I have a whole podcast about it. So I like teaching and explaining and explaining all these things. So yeah, it just makes sense for a lot of people. But ideally, hopefully, I can make a lot of money through education. So working on it, trying to. I think what I have been missing over these years is having a partner to grow it with. So got a new partner online, and we're gonna try to grow our educational Amazon school, so to speak, from here. At the same time, launching new products. Got new product on its way. Should be shipping out from China next week. So always launching products. But nice. Yeah, to summarize your major keys, you got into a less competitive niche. Something, especially if you have relatively low startup capital, don't get into too competitive of a niche, for sure. Drive some outside traffic via Facebook ads. I think I'm very interested in that offer ad thing. I think might try that for sure. And then one other question about that home run product is how unique was it compared to other products in the niche?
It was definitely, we made it a little different. So we made a unique twist to it. Other products like that existed in the niche. It were just smaller, so slightly different. But we also put a unique twist into it. So we made it like you can use it one way, and then you can also use it this way. So making your product slightly different than the rest of the competition can definitely help if it's possible. It's not possible everywhere, but if it is possible, I do recommend it. Having something like, a lot of times when we look at a product, we look at our competitors in the niche, and we look at the things that people complain about their products, and we make those our key selling points. So people say like, oh, this is too big, it's too small, or this doesn't fit, or it falls over, or whatever it is, right? And then we make sure that ours doesn't do that, and we make that like this new and improved product. And then if you can have a unique twist to it, like, okay, you can put it here, or you can also hang it, right? And we include this hanging rope or chain or whatever, just as an example. Then that can give you a competitive edge as well across. And definitely what I think is having a mentor and having a system to go through from beginning to end is also very, very important. And I was looking at your 90-day FBA challenge, and I think that's really, really cool. And for us, really, we started being good once we found the system and we used it beginning to end. Because just grabbing random information, like free information off the internet, it's not that it's bad information. A lot of the information is really good and is really appreciated. When you don't have nothing, it's good to have something. But if you're like serious into it, I think going into something like your 90-day FBA challenge is the way to go, rather than just like, oh, this guy said this on a YouTube video, and then that guy said something else, and I read this blog about this technique. That won't work. It didn't work for me anyway.
Yeah. And I've kind of been learning this, and people have asked me for like, give me that one-on-one mentorship, and like over the years I've been just like relatively lazy, like, no, I'm just living my life, doing my travel vlogs, and I've been kind of reluctant to offer like this. I've been reluctant to do Zoom calls, to do Zoom mastermind calls, because that just wasn't my lifestyle I wanted to live. Like, I don't want to run a weekly Zoom call, and like every 90-day group, it's now 2 calls per week, plus the VIP where it's like an additional one-on-one. So like I've been reluctant to like do this like full-on coaching mentorship thing until now. I guess Corona hit, and It's a little bit of a wake-up call for everyone. Like, my only stream of income pretty much is my Amazon business.
Right.
We have our Amazon agency over here, which is doing good, making a little bit of money, and my video course is making a little bit of money. But I'm like, I hope the same wake-up call comes to every entrepreneur. Like, hey, if you don't have multiple streams of income, you never know what could happen. So I'm like, all right, time to double down my educational business. Like, let's grow this thing. Let's just fucking do it. And yeah, with the whole thing with the video course versus like that one-on-one mentorship, we kind of tried to combine it with the 90-day challenge. It's like, it's a video course too, and then it's also the group call. So it's like the weekly accountability thing, because like social accountability, as is everything. Like, having someone to keep you accountable, to stay on track, and to actually launch. Because with my video course I've had since 2016, I don't have the exact numbers, but most people who take the course never get around to launching. They, and that's the same with any course. I think the quote from Tony Robbins is like 70% of people who get an online course don't finish the first chapter, something like that. So what I've noticed kind of passively through people is they get cold feet, and they don't pull the trigger on their order, because it's scary. Like they do all this research, and then they second guess, and then they're like, I don't know if it's the right product, and then they never get that extra push to place that first test order. That's one. And then two is they don't get that extra push to launch the second product, and third one and fourth one, which your story proves is required, because
absolutely
this is entrepreneurship. Like, your first product is probably not going to be a home run, guys. Same with the second or third. So I say this exact thing in all my videos. I've noticed success rate for private label products is anywhere from 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 to 1 in 5. Let's just call it 1 in 4 on average. Boom, your fourth product, you launched it. That was the one that was your bread and butter. So it's like it's hard to do that on your own. Like, your first product, broke even or lost money, to go ahead and do it again. It's like, that can be a little bit more difficult to do that yourself. But when you have like kind of a group to do it with, I guess it can make it a little easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And keep you accountable, and say, hey, you have to push through. Don't sleep on this. Like, life gets in the way. You get a little disappointed, and you say, oh, this is not all the results that I hoped for. I was hoping I would make more money. I wanted to be a millionaire by now. What's going on? Where's my millions at?
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100% agree. I think putting in take action key points in your course as you progress, and just, even if you don't have a one-on-one call with students, kind of poking them and sending them an email and say, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Where you at? Are you stuck somewhere? Can I help you with something?
Yep.
So
yeah 100%. Cool. All right. Yeah. Any other tips, tricks, things you learned you want to share before we go? Or
yeah, I guess my final surprise, I think, that came with the corona thing going on right now, it actually worked out so well for us. We launched a couple of products in February, and corona hit, and then the products just took off. We didn't expect that. So I feel like with online products is, some have been really, really good, and some have been good, but I don't know anybody that got smashed by corona that does Amazon sales. Like, everybody's been doing some kind of good, right? So looking back onto that, having a traditional business, I know many people. Before going into my corporate job, I worked in hospitality, live in Miami, everything, it kind of revolves around hospitality. And, I know people in the restaurant business, I know people in the hotel business, clubs and all that. So everybody was like freaking out. Everybody was like, bro, they just fired me. Like, managers, they've been working there for 15, 20 years. They just got fired. And people who had local businesses, they told me, like, I had to close the shop. I'm completely screwed. So looking at a business that does very well in good times and that does amazing during bad times, I think that I don't know of a better business than that. Like, you have financial freedom, you have location independence, you can work as much as you want, and the business does great. There's annoyances with Amazon, of course, but I don't think there's anything out there that doesn't have annoyances, right? But anybody that wants to get into this, it's never, not that it's not too late. I think now it's an amazing time to go into Amazon, because Amazon has record sales off, like products skyrocketing everywhere. So sometimes I hear people like, oh, I wish I got into Amazon like 5 years ago. Nonsense. Just going into now is even much better than 5 years ago. The products that I launched today are doing 10 times better than the product that I launched 4 years ago.
Nice. Yeah, it's like you wanted to get in 5 years ago. Okay, think about 5 years from now. That means you're going to say you want to get in right now. So it's like right now is always 5 years ahead of 5 years in the future. So it's like the old quote, there's never a better time than right now, because there's only this moment, guys. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure you've gotten a lot more messages, as I have during Corona, like, okay, I'm ready to start. Sales are crazy. Yeah, some products have done well. Some haven't changed much. Actually, my mom has a product on Amazon. She had a little idea. I helped her develop it and make it and launch it on Amazon. Yeah, she profits between $1,000 and $2,000 a month on Amazon, except during Corona, because her product is in the travel niche. So travel niche got hit. So her sales dropped, I think, more than 50%, if not like 75% dropped off. Travel niche got hit hard. Our main products are iPhone accessories, and they dropped like 40%, because it's a nice to have thing. People aren't buying new iPhones. But yeah, tons of products. If it makes sense, totally took off, and it was just a we're in business. A pandemic can't take you out. So
even 40% drop compared to closing shop or losing your job is a completely different story. Like, okay, you're making, even let's say a bad scenario where you're making half your sales, you can still survive off of that and say, it's a bad patch, we'll get through it. But if you get fired, then you lose everything,
Exactly.
Or worse yet, starting a traditional business. The people that I know that started businesses, back home in the US, they invest a lot of money. So not only do they not make profit because they have to close, then they have employees to worry about. We always work with VAs, or we work with like remote assistants, and it's a little different. They're not your direct employees. But they also have to pay banks and stuff. Like, okay, you want to start a brick and mortar business, you need $2 million. You have to go to a bank and get that money. Then you have to close shop for 3 months. How are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to pay your bank? How are you going to pay all that?
Yeah. Lean startup, 4-hour work week, 0 to 1, all that stuff wrapped up. It's just why obviously e-commerce is a great business, especially if you value freedom, and especially if you value being able to live anywhere. And we've figured out that it's pretty pandemic proof. Amazon still functions. Through pandemics, and we're blessed. Obviously, it could have been worse. That definitely could have been worse. Let's hope we don't have another pandemic anytime soon. But yeah, it's really fucked for a lot of people, and online sellers are not at the top of that list of people that got fucked. That's for sure. Yeah, very, very blessed to have still been in business during this whole thing. And yeah, Amazon business, guys, it's and I guess to kind of wrap it up is, you're doing a great job of building your audience off of Amazon. Amazon is not the end all be all. The end all be all is building your own audience and a brand and a connection to your audience where you own your audience. So Amazon, it's always great to get in, but it's not the whole picture. Ideally in the long term, you want to be balancing your sales out, having your own audience with that direct connection. So Amazon is one tool in the toolbox. It's not the end all be all. It's one tool that an entrepreneur has to create cash flow. So, yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, that was good. Thanks for being on, Chip G.
Thank you for having me, man. It's so nice to talk to you in person. Like, I've been watching your YouTube videos for a while, and like I'm talking to you, like I feel like I know you. Like we're friends.
Yeah.
Like we met once at the summit, and that was it. So I don't know how it is for you. For me, it's strange. It's like I'm talking to somebody that I've known for years and years. But it's a pleasure to finally have this one-on-one conversation.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that was a pleasure. Yeah, I know how you feel because I felt the same way meeting Johnny at the Nomad Summit, the first one in 2014. Yeah. And I actually coincidentally just had a podcast with him an hour ago because I'm on my podcast tour for promoting 90-day FBA 2.0. So
I have no idea how you do it. How do you do it? How do you run 15 businesses and podcasts and YouTube channel and you travel and how?
Yeah, I don't know. And honestly, I think I'm relatively lazy. I'm not a workaholic. I only spend about 8 hours a day in front of the laptop, 6 to 8, and I take 3-day weekends normally. If I was a workaholic like some of these guys, I would be making way more money. But I guess it's because I enjoy podcasts. Like, this is like a passion business, and then I also, for my Amazon FBA business, I also have a partner, Parker. We do it together, so I'm not all running the Amazon FBA stuff. But I don't know. Don't have a good answer for that. But 3 businesses. I mean, I guess it just comes from 3 businesses, just the fire to create multiple streams of income. Like, because I know that like something could happen to Amazon. If that goes down, then that's my only main source of income. I make a little bit from YouTube and courses and agency, but not quite enough. So it's just continuing the entrepreneurial dream. Build more companies, get one business, set it up, it's automated. That's my physical product business. It's set up, automated. Then go build your next property. And ideally they're all independent variables. So one thing like China getting shut down can't affect them all. So in the future, I would love to have Airbnbs. I would love to own a farm. I'd love to have a big, stock portfolio, big Bitcoin portfolio, but one step at a time.
Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying, and we're doing the exact same thing. And I think it's because just kind of getting into the Amazon business, you kind of go away from the 9-to-5 typical rat race mentality into meeting other people. Like, I met you and a bunch of other people at the summit and here in Chiang Mai and all that, and you hear all their inspiring stories, and you say, yeah, it's possible. Like, like you said, you work 4 days a week and regular hours, and you're still running 3 businesses and you're traveling around. So I say, that's definitely possible. You getting into a business like this, you meet a lot of people and get inspired by their stories, which they push you further and you push them further along. That's
it. And if someone's listening to the end of this, then props on that, because you must be pretty fired up. Listen to that all the way through. So Chip G, thanks again. I'm sure we'll keep in touch in the Facebook chat, and excited to keep me posted on the growth of your biz.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for listening to the FBA Lifestyle Podcast. Don't forget to follow on all podcast platforms, YouTube, and Instagram. Ready to fast track your first or next FBA product? Ready to create a real product that leaves the competition in the dust? Then check out the 90-Day FBA Challenge, a 12-week accelerator program with weekly coaching calls where we help you go from zero idea what to sell to a product live on Amazon within 90 days. And download the free Amazon Secrets ebook, FBA Lifestyle, the Amazon Experts. Start your FBA business. Achieve the freedom lifestyle.